think on the season they have a negative net yard return. So that's going to be a challenge for our guys, and to get our special teams player of the year, to get him off, like we did the previous week against Ithaca.
And we're live with you once more. We'll have the rest of the interview that Bob did with RPI head coach Ralph Isernia during halftime. But here we are live at the East Campus Stadium as RPI is being introduced. Hobart captains just making their way onto the field as we're a little under 5 minutes away from kickoff. Of course, we have the national anthem prior to that at some point. But RPI coming into this game undefeated on the season, 5-0. They are 1-0 in the conference. Their only win in the conference against the Ithaca Bombers 2 weeks ago, 10-9. And Hobart coming in with 2 wins in the conference. They're 4-2 overall. Is the question about Hobart. They lost to Brockport and they also lost to school out in Massachusetts that RPI used to play, and I don't remember the name of it right now. I'll have to, it was Endicott. They lost to Endicott. The question is, what kind of Hobart team is this? Are they is this a down year, or are they just slow starting? You don't see Hobart typically with 2 losses at this point in the season, so that's the question that you have about the Hobart Statesmen. And this is a big game. If Hobart goes to 3-0, they have the tiebreaker on RPI, games against Ithaca and St. Lawrence down the road. If RPI goes to 2-0, they've already beaten Ithaca and Hobart. And the other team that was expected to do well, Union, 0-2 this year, that would be the final game of the season, but RPI could be in a position to going into the final game against Union already clinching if they win this game and can beat St. Lawrence and Rochester. So that's what we've got going on here, Bob, as we look at today's game, and we're getting close to start, and the sun's just about coming out.
Yeah, Hobart, in talking to Coach I, he tells me that they, there's a pretty good mix of offense and defense. They like to establish that running game big time and throw the pass whenever appropriate, and sometimes by surprise. They got a slew of running backs. They got a very good kicker and field goals and extra points. He doesn't usually put them through the end zone on kickoffs, but rather like within the 5-yard line. They run a multiple formations on offense with a power run game. Coach thinks we match well up with them, except they are a little bigger than us, but pretty good matchup anyway. Coach thinks the important thing today is both defenses. The lost yards will be a big game teller in this game, he thinks.
We're going to pause now for the national anthem here at the East Campus Stadium.
Saying about Hobart, their punting game also is outstanding according to Coach. In fact, they have given up negative yardage on punt returns this year. So they're a pretty good, well-rounded team, and always a tough team, always a big rivalry. And Kurt and I have seen some really good ball games between these two teams over the years. So records and things like that really don't make that much of a difference going into them.
Teams are getting ready to take the field. Actually, they're going onto the field right now. RPI won the toss before the national anthem. They elected to defer their selection to the second half. It will be RPI kicking off to Hobart. It'll be RPI going right to left, Hobart left to right across your radio dial in quarter number 1. Before we get started, we would like to thank the Rensselaer Union. They provide the funding for WRPI and all the club-related activity of the Institute, and that includes WRPI's coverage of engineer football, hockey, and baseball. Also, WRPI is on the World Wide Web. Point your browser to WRPI.org, and you can pick up our broadcast 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. As long as we're sending something out over the air, we'll provide it for you on that feed. That is WRPI.org. Christian getting ready to kick off to either Matthews or Kimbrough, who are back deep for the Hobart Statesman. The kick is going to go to Kimbrough. He takes it at the 5-yard line, to the 10, 15 on the far side of the field, to the 20, finds a hole, 25, to the 30, still on his feet, still goes, and he's finally tackled at the 35-yard line. It's also a good time to tell you you are listening to WRPI Troy with Engineer Football from the East Campus Stadium. Kurt Stubb, Bob Conway on the call for you. Just underway, RPI versus Hobart. Liberty League football action. Hobart taking over the first possession here at their own 35-yard line. Ryan Hoffman, we expect to be the starting quarterback today. Yes, he is out there. I have verified the number. We're good to go today. Hobart with a 4 wideout formation, 3 on the right, 1 on the left. 1 man in the backfield next to Hoffman. First and 10 for the Statesmen. And they will go on the ground on first down. This is kind of straight up the middle to Milliken, and Milliken is stopped after a gain of 2 to the 37.
Stopped by a host, probably 4 defenders for Rensselaer. That's what they want to establish early, that tough running game. And at first down, they didn't do too much. They picked up maybe 2.
Two yards for Hobart on first down. It'll be second down and 8 for the Statesmen. They'll go with the 4-receiver formation once again. This time, they'll have the running back to the right of the quarterback, Hoffman. Hoffman looks to throw, puts the ball up in the air, and that is picked off easily by the Engineers. Gutowski has it, and he is tackled out of bounds at the 37-yard line. And you know what? That's actually a pretty good tackle.
Yeah, it was.
Cataleon, pardon me, not Cataleon. Cataliatu was the receiver back there, and he made a pretty good tackle on Gutowski to stop that at the 37-yard line. So RPI with the first turnover of the game. No score here in the first quarter.
RPI led by Marinopolis.
That is George Marinopolis, the RPI starting quarterback. End up with 4 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, nobody in the backfield. Pass in the flat, that is a lateral, and they've got wide open down the field is Davies. Davies at the 25 to the 20, and he'll get tackled at the 18-yard line. That was a backwards pass, which was a lateral, which means RPI can throw it forward. They found Davies, and they're down to the 17.
Little special play on first down. Very nice, very well executed.
It's a 46-yard reception for RPI. First and 10 Engineers at the Hobart 17-yard line. No score here, first quarter.
Davies does it all, doesn't he?
He kind of had to wait for that pass. That's why he was wide open, but he had to wait for the pass, and that allowed the defense to get down and tackle him. 4 receivers to the left this time for Marinopolis. He is going to throw, and that is up in the air and goes incomplete. Went off the hands of Calabro around the 8-yard line, and it bounced around, but nobody could grab it.
Yeah, it was there, but he was, like Kurt said, he was juggling it. I'm kind of lucky that one of the 2 guys next to him didn't pick it off.
That makes it second and 10 for RPI at the 17 of Hobart.
Haven't seen a run yet.
RPI puts it on the ground. Cella straight ahead. Cella finds a hole inside the 10. Cella's down to about a bit inside the 9. It'll be third and about 2 for RPI.
Number 20 for Hobart, that's Jason Prince on the tackle. Outside linebacker, junior from New Rochelle, New York.
Third down and about 2. We'll say the ball's at the 9-yard line. Marinopoulos out of the shotgun. Gives it Chell again. Looks left. Doesn't have anything. He'll get caught from behind, and he's stopped around the 9-yard line. RPI looking at a 4th down and really 1 and change.
Looked like Andrew Coons to me on that tackle. Free safety from High Falls, New York.
RPI looking to the sidelines. The RPI offense, George Marinopoulos is the quarterback, the tailback, Nick Cello. The slot backs are Connor Davies and Rob Law. The wide receivers are Keaton Ackerman and Danny Calabro. The line is Chris New, Thomas Lawson, Bobby Bruce, Rick Denbosky, and Aaron Castillo. 4th down and about 1.5, and RPI is going to go for it. They fake the handoff, throw in the flat, and that's incomplete. The Law, incomplete, and RPI turns it over on downs around the Hobart 9-yard line.
It's too bad. It was a good drive by the Engineers, but come up with 0 points.
$11:52 to go here. First quarter, no score. RPI versus Hobart. Second possession of the game for the Statesmen. They were intercepted on the first one.
The weather is trying to get nice.
It's mostly cloudy, we'll call it right now, in the 50s in Troy. The question is, will there be rain? I don't know.
I think it's breaking up. On one side anyway, but the other side's pretty dark.
Timeout, Hobart. That's their first timeout of the half.
Hobart takes a timeout. That is Brian Finn, the referee for today's game, letting us know that. That's their first timeout of this first half. No score in the first quarter. Hobart coming in 4-2 overall, 2-0 in the conference. Kevin DeWall is the coach for the Statesmen. RPI, of course, coming in 5-0. They are 1-0 in conference, and Ralph Izernia is RPI's head coach.
And with 11:52 to go in the quarter, no score. RPI versus Hobart. This is a family weekend at RPI. Tonight there'll be an intercollegiate hockey game. Engineers versus University of Connecticut from the Big East.
Hockey East.
Hockey East. Is that a 7 o'clock?
I believe so. First and 10 Hobart. The scoreboard says 8-yard line, but it's really the 9. 4 wide receiver formation. And the give is going to be a handoff to Milliken. Milliken goes left, tries to turn the corner. Milliken can't, and he stopped at the line of scrimmage. Couldn't find the corner.
Very nice tackle. I'm looking for the number that he's coming off the. No, he's not. Let's see. Is that Gallo?
Gallo.
Yeah, it's Gallo.
Gallo was on the tackle for RPI.
Yeah, Gallo's filling in for Stefanski, who's out, and Egan is out. 2 of our starting D-backs.
1-yard gain for Milliken on first down. Second down and 9, really, about 9.5. And this is going to be, technically, this is a forward pass, as coming from the far sideline and across was one of the wide receivers. That was, Cataliato, who had the tackle on the interception. That was technically a forward pass as it was shoveled forward, and he gets out to the 12-yard line. Makes it 3rd and 7 for Hobart. Their offense, Ryan Hoffman's the quarterback. The fullback is Chris Kokovich. The tailback is Brian Hefner. The wide receivers are Ray Conley and Jake Catalito. I'm going to have trouble with this one already. Cataliato. It's 5 syllables. Cataliato is the name. He is the wide receiver. The tight end is Matt Woods. On 3rd down and about 7, pass in the flat. That's incomplete. That was a forward pass. It goes incomplete, and Hobart's got 4th and 7 back deep in their own territory.
Okay, Connor Davies should be back for the Engineers. And he is. Davies has been the man for a couple of years now. Punt returns, kick returns, catching passes, doing a number of things. Very good athlete.
For Hobart, Delasanti is back deep to punt. Gets it away. High kick, hangs up there. Davies has to retreat for it all the way back to his own 37 before he turns it around. Davies out to the 45 along the sideline, steps out of bounds. He stepped out around the 47, so RPI has it at their own 47. 10:15 to go here, first quarter. RPI versus Hobart, no score.
Nice juggling act on the line for about 5 or 6 yards. Oh, they marked it. They spotted it at the 47.
Yeah, he stepped out of bounds.
Return. During the return, blocking the back, 35 return team, 10-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down, RPI.
And it'll go back to the 37 for a block in the back call against RPI. Hobart's line up front on offense before I forget. John Devaney, Dylan Carey, Alex Lanzana, Ludner Mercy, and Mike Avicius. That is left to right, the offense for Hobart. RPI on offense now, back at their own 37, 1st and 10, no score, first quarter. RPI made it down into the red zone, but turned the ball over on downs when they went for it on 4th and a little less than 2. RPI goes to the ground this time, and that's not going to get much. Bryce Todd on the carry. Is that Todd out there? Yep, Todd.
Yes, it is.
Todd on the carry gets stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Emerald. Fennell. Is that it? F-O-R. Oh, Ford. F-O-R-D-E. On the tackle for the Statesman.
Second down and 10 RPI at their own 37. Marinopoulos throws, he pump faked and threw, and he overthrew Calabro into the sideline. That's incomplete.
Yeah, not a good throw by George. Unless he was trying to throw it out of bounds intentionally.
4 receivers set, 3 to the left for RPI. Chella's in the backfield. Marinopoulos out of the shotgun. RPI looks over to the sidelines, and now they will shift Todd to the right side. Ten seconds on the play clock. 3rd and 10 at the 37 for RPI. 2 receivers each side. Fake the handoff to Chella. Marinopoulos throws over the middle. That is complete and to the 40-yard line of Hobart, and that'll be a first down. And that is once again Todd.
He looked good on that route. Ran a nice route.
1st and 10 RPI at the 40-yard line of Hobart. 9:20 to go here. First quarter, no score. Marinopoulos gives the handoff, and that was Davies coming from a slot position to go back and take the ball, and he is stopped around the 39. Just a gain of 1 yard for RPI. Colin Hudgens, Sean Moore, Zach Rudolph, and Emmett Ford are the line. Oh, pardon me, Zach Rudolph, the line up front for Hobart. Emmett Ford, Josh Walker, David McCarthy, and Brendan McCloskey are the linebackers for the Statesman. RPI, 2nd down and 9. Marinopoulos throws. He finds Ackerman at the 30-yard line. At the 29, they'll mark him out. He stepped out at the 29, and that'll be a first down for RPI.
Coverage down there by Jared Leak for the Statesman.
And the cornerbacks for Hobart, Jared Leak and Kai Brandford, and the safeties are Jay McCoy and Andrew Coons. So that is the Hobart defense. 1st and 10 RPI at the Hobart 29. No score first quarter. 8:15 to go in the quarter. Chella straight ahead, finds a hole. Chella to the 25, to the 20, Chella to the 19. The umpire gets taken out on that play, and Chella is close. Nope, he's got the first down. They will signal it, and they're going with the first down here.
Number 16. Coons once again. Andrew Coons. First guy there for Hobart.
1st and 10 RPI at the Hobart 19 in the red zone for the second time today, but we don't have a score. 7:45 to go, first quarter. Chella again up the middle, again finds a hole, and Chella gets down to the 14-yard line, gain of 5.
This time was David McCarthy on the tackle.
Second and 5 Engineers. We're over halfway through this first quarter. RPI looking to the sidelines, 2 receivers each side. Chella in the backfield. Marinopoulos out of the shotgun. Hands off to Cella. Cella doesn't find anything up the middle, cuts to the right, and now he gets stopped after a gain of 1 at the 13.
Tackled by number 9, John Delasanti. Well, actually, there's 2 9s in there. I think that was Brendan McCluskey. They have 2 9 numbers.
Delasanti is an offense. It would be McCluskey.
Right.
3rd down and 4 for RPI at the 13 of Hobart. They'll put 3 receivers on the left. Looks like Calabro's alone on the right. Cella in the backfield. Marinopoulos throws over the middle. That's complete, and that should be a 1st down to Davies at the 8-yard line. They will move the marker. Chains don't have to move. It's 1st and goal, RPI at the 8.
Number 12, McCarthy, once again for Hobart. RPI with its 2nd sustained drive. They didn't score on the first one, but they're knocking on the door again.
1st and goal at the 7 for RPI. Under 6 to go, 1st quarter, no score. 2 receivers each side. Cella is the running back. He is to the right. And now Calabro comes from the slot back position. He's going to get yanked down at the 11, and that's going to be a horse collar tackle. And RPI is going to get half the distance and a 1st down.
Is that number 2? Corey Pelzer? Let's see. No. There's Al Smith, I believe. Yes, there's again
Base
2
back.
numbers the same.
Number 2 on the
One's
defense.
offense, 1 defense.
Half the distance
It was
penalty,
Smith.
automatic, 1st down.
All right, they're going to call a face mask. Looked to me like a horse collar. Either way, it's 15 yards, and in this case, half the distance, and it will be a 1st down. Ball goes to the 4-yard line.
Engineers not moving. I mean, moving the ball well, but they're not doing it quickly at all. Seems like a lot of time between plays.
Penalty is administered from the end of the run, which was the 11-yard line.
Yes, that is correct. Not the line of scrimmage, the end of the run. So the run ended at the 11. It's half the distance. It doesn't go 8 to 4. It goes 11 to 5.5. So they had to reposition the ball. 5.5 to go here. 1st quarter, no score. RPI 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. 3 receivers to the left. Cella takes the carry. Cella kind of goes to the right side of the line this time. Gets a little bit of room, and he makes it inside the 3.
Real pile up of guys on the tackle. I think the first guy there was number 29 for Hobart. That's Matt Organ.
2nd and goal, RPI at around the 3. We'll bring some people in tight. A little bit stacked on the right. Cella takes the carry. Cella goes left, and he's in for the touchdown. 6-0 RPI.
Nice job by the left side of the offensive line. Really good blocking on that play for Cella. So RPI has 2 sustained drives, the first 2 drives of the game for them. Only this time they come away with at least 6, and now we got an extra point attempt.
Christian coming out for the extra point. Davies is the holder. Snap, spot, kick is up, and the kick is good. There is 4:40 left in quarter number 1 here in Troy. RPI has just taken a 7-0 lead over Hobart.
And we want to remind you folks, you're listening to Rensselaer Football on WRPI 91.5 in Troy. Also, once again, reminding you this is family weekend. A lot of activities going on up here. Nice day to come up and visit the campus. And tonight, intercollegiate hockey. The Engineers versus UConn. We believe it's 7 o'clock. Drop the puck.
Wind is not blowing right now. It's actually moved around. Since I've been here, I've seen it blow kind of northerly and kind of southerly. And right now it's not moving anywhere as Christian gets ready to kick off from the 35-yard line.
Davies back there with, let's see.
Matthews and Kimbrough.
Okay.
The kick, it will be Matthews taking it at the 6-yard line. 10, 15, 20, goes towards the sidelines, 25, and stopped. Where are they going to put him down? 30-yard line, they'll say. Hobart takes over at the 30.
Shaquille Matthews, one of the two guys on the stop for the Statesman. Engineers come out once again on defense.
Offsides, kicking team, 5 yards added to the end of the
Kicking
run.
team had an
First down,
offside.
Hobart.
So RPI is offsides on the kick, and that'll be tacked on to the end of the run. So Hobart starts out at the 35.
That's the second series in a row where they've been hurt with penalties.
1st and 10, Hobart at their own 35. They trail 7-0 with 4:35 to go in the first quarter. Hoffman is between his running backs. They have 2 men in the backfield right now. Hoffman takes the snap and throws in the flat. That is complete to Kimbrough, and he is brought down at the 35, which was the line of scrimmage, so no gain.
Good pursuit by the Engineers, a number of them over there on attack.
Hobart, not much in terms of yards of offense. They picked up 2 and then were intercepted on their first drive. They picked up 3 on their second drive, and right now they have 0 on the third drive. 2nd and 10, Hobart at the 35-yard line. Fake the handoff. Hoffman throws and almost taken away by the Engineers. Giasola had his hands on it, probably should have had the interception, but couldn't hold on to it.
Engineer defense has really played well this year, Kurt. Every game they've been really tough. That's the first year defensive coordinator, Jeff Dittman. Dittman and his staff are doing a great job with the defense.
Third down and 10 for Hobart. Naked backfield. Hoffman rolls out to his left, pointing out people. Doesn't have anybody to throw it to. Hoffman finally dishes it off, and that's incomplete at the 49-yard line. Flag on the play, back near where Hoffman was. So the pass goes incomplete. We need to see what this is.
It's either a roughing the passer or a holding.
4 officials in this discussion right now. Hoffman had walked over towards the sidelines as though, that's it.
There is no flag. The entire body of the quarterback was not beyond the line of scrimmage.
Okay, they were looking at whether it's an illegal forward pass, and he still had part of his body behind the line of scrimmage.
Okay.
So, however you look at this, it was working out in RPI's favor because even if they decline, it's 4th down and 10, and Hobart's sending out the punting team. Delasanti is back deep for Hobart. Davies
For RPI.
ready to get this kick. Good snap. The punt's away. Off to the side. Low kick. Goes out of bounds. No chance for Davies to touch that. And they will figure out where this is going to be. 30-yard line, they will say. RPI gets it at their own 30. 3:36 to go here, first quarter. RPI 7, Hobart nothing.
Series are back and forth pretty quickly so far. Even though RPI has had 2 sustained drives.
First and 10 for the Engineers at their own 30. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Davies was in the backfield. Who moves out of the backfield? He'll get the pass. That's a forward pass. Davies to the 30, 35, Davies to the 40, and Davies is down at the 42. That's a first down for RPI.
Nice effort by Davies picked up some extra yardage by reading his blockers very well.
Gain of 12, first and 10, RPI at their own 42-yard line.
First and 10 for the Engineers at their own 42. 3:10 to go first quarter. RPI 7, Hobart nothing. Third possession of the game today. RPI made the red zone their first two. Marinopoulos looked like he was going to go for Davies, and now he's going to throw that one away effectively. He had a receiver in the area. That was McDonald, but he threw it at McDonald's feet intentionally to get the incomplete pass.
Yeah, Sean Moore was all over him.
Second and 10, RPI at their own 42. Again, it's mostly cloudy right now in Troy, in the 50s. I mean, it's not a bad day. Two receivers each side. RPI. Handoff goes to Cella. Cella escapes one man, escapes a second man, crosses the 50. Cella is swung forward, and he's down at the 49. That's where he hit first. So he picks up 9 on second down.
2 on the tackle, number 16, Coons, and number 24, Lewis. I'm sorry.
On third down, this will be a handoff to Cella straight up the middle, and Cella gets to the 41 of Hobart, and RPI moves the chains with another first down.
Yeah, they don't have a 24. It's 22, I believe.
Ford. First and 10 at the 41 of Hobart for RPI. 7-0 they lead. 2:05 to go in this quarter.
They've got a strange numbering system here on theirs.
RPI switching up the running back, and this time it's Scaglione with the carry down to the 38.
Tackled by David McCarthy and number 22, Evan Ford. Gain of 3, second down and 7.
They'll call it a +3 for RPI in that play. 2nd and 7 for RPI as we got a minute and a half left in the first quarter. RPI not with many formations, different formations. 4 wideouts, 2 each side. Scaglione in the backfield. Scaglione releases. Marinopoulos is alone, and he'll get tackled. He's down back at the 44. Boone got back there and took him down.
That's 2 sacks on this series.
44-yard line.
Hobart's a big team. They're a little bit bigger than RPI on both sides of the ball.
Third down and 13 as RPI is back to the 44-yard line. And Marinopoulos gives to Scaglione, and he barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Got about a half yard after that one. Not much there for RPI up the middle, and it's 4th down and about 12.
One play, his helmet came off.
David McCarthy on the stop for the Statesman.
Please set
He also
the play
lost his
clock
helmet,
to
so he has
40
to be out on
seconds.
this play.
The RPI's first punt.
From the punt, Zach Moncrief.
Moncrief back to punt for RPI. Giacobbe at about his own 13-yard line for Hobart. Moncrief boots the ball away. Giacobbe pretended like he was going to catch the ball, but it actually rolls into the end zone, and Hobart will take it at the 20 for the touchback. 23 seconds left to go here. Quarter number 1, RPI 7, Hobart nothing.
RPI actually has played, I think, much better than Hobart to date, but still only have 7 points to show.
First and 10, Hobart at their own 20-yard line.
First quarter winding down. Hoffman takes his team out. 4th possession for the Statesmen. 1 interception, 2 punts so far. Cataliato goes in motion to the left. Pass is complete around the 20, and might actually be a loss of a couple of yards, or pardon me, a little bit of a yard, depending on where they spot this. They'll end up giving him the 20-yard line, so no gain for Hobart on that first down, and that will do it for quarter number 1 here in Troy. We are done with 15 minutes, and the score so far, it is RPI 7 and Hobart nothing.
Yeah, it's been an interesting quarter. RPI has kind of dominated in terms of offensively moving the ball. It's been kind of a grinded out day so far, don't you think, Kurt? Very few balls thrown, but when they did throw, they were pretty successful. They opened the game with a trick play to a halfback who then threw a pass to Davies. As Kurt said, Davies had to come back a little for the pass. Otherwise, that might have been 6 right away.
It'll be Hobart going right to left, RPI a left to right across your radio dial in quarter number 2. As the Statesmen are going to the line for 2nd and 10. 7-0 Hobart trails. Hoffman out of the shotgun. They've actually got a tight end on the left this time. They'll keep it on the ground, 20-yard line, and Milliken is going to get stopped at the 20. He maybe got a couple of inches, but there was nothing there on the left-hand side for Milliken to work with.
44, Jack Hoggard, one of the guys there. There was the second one. Couldn't see the number. Getting out of the pile. Hoggard has been all over the field this year. One of our fine linebackers.
3rd down and 10 for the Statesmen at their own 20-yard line. 5 wide receiver formation for Hoffman. 3-man rush from RPI. Hoffman's looking downfield, and that is out of bounds. No chance for the intended receiver, Giacobbe, to get to that one. And the punt team comes out for Hobart once more.
RPI defense has really looked good today. They look good stopping the short passes in the flat. The long passes, they've intercepted one, could have almost had a second one. And really have pretty much shut down the run game as well.
Punt is away. They are going towards the sidelines. That was excellent work by the punter for Hobart. That's Delasanti. He had that land out of bounds at the end of the kick. It literally was right on the sideline when it bounced. He got the maximum distance he could have from that kick, and that's the 35-yard line at RPI. So no chance of a return for Davies. That might be the theme for the rest of the year. Don't let Davies return too many kicks. RPI starting out at their own 35. 4th possession of the game. They turn it over on downs, they got a touchdown, and they got a punt so far. 3 receiver formation for Marinopoulos. On the ground, trying to find some room. Weaving his way through is Cella, and Cella makes it out to the 43.
Boy, Cella really read his blockers very well. He's going from side to side. He picked up about 4 yards more than might have been expected where he first got hit. He's a strong young running back.
2nd down and 2 RPI at the 43. 7-0 RPI lead, 2nd quarter. Receivers, 2 receivers to the left, slot back, or to the right, slot back on the left. The slot back ends up taking the carry, and that is a loss of a couple back to the 40-yard line. That was Law coming out of that position to take the ball.
Ford once again, number 22 on the tackle.
So it'll be 3rd and 5 RPI at the 40 of the Engineers. Two receivers to the right. I think that's Law again in the slot to the left. One running back. Law drops behind the line of scrimmage. They fake the handoff to Law. Marinopoulos looking downfield. Ackerman, can he get there? Yes, he does. Ackerman gets there, and Ackerman is down around the 20. That was not a pretty pass. That kind of hung up there, and that allowed the Engineers to get down, and that wasn't Ackerman's problem, that was Smith. Smith on the reception.
Anglar was the defender on the play. The ball, nice catch by Ackerman.
That was actually Smith.
Oh, was it Smith?
Yeah, it was. First and 10, RPI at the 20 of Hobart. 7-0 RPI leads. 12:05 to go here in the first quarter. And Todd takes a handoff on first down. Todd escapes one man, the 20 to the 15, and then Todd is cut down by McCarthy.
McCarthy once again playing very well for the Statesmen today.
Gain of 6 on the play, 2nd down and 4.
2nd and 4 RPI at the 14. RPI going against a slight wind right now. As the Engineers look to the sidelines, they get the play. Law in the slot to the left. You got one wide out on the left, two wide outs on the right. Cella's in the backfield. Handoff goes to Cella. Cella to the 15, and Cella close to a first down. He's just a little bit short. Didn't make the 10.
Once again, some nice blocking by the offensive line.
Good lead on the tackle. 3rd down and 1.
In case people haven't noticed, the offensive line, when we read out our starters, there are 2, Rick Domboski and Thomas Lawson, that are starting now, both freshmen.
3rd down and 1 RPI from the 11. Cella backs up. No, he's not going to make it. He tried to back his way across the 10-yard line, and that did not work.
At the line of scrimmage.
He went into a huge pile, tried to back his way across, and then tried to push the ball across, and that did not work. It is 4th and 1 RPI. The offense is staying out there. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Cella in the backfield. 4th and 1. Second time today, RPI is going for it on 4th down inside the red zone. The first time did not work. 8 seconds left on the play clock. Marinopoulos out of the shotgun. Are they actually going to snap this? Yes, they will. Marinopoulos looks to throw. Pass. That's complete to Ackerman to the 5. That'll be a 1st and goal RPI at the 5-yard line.
Nice route by Ackerman. Jimmy Adams brings him down. Number 12.
1st and goal Engineers at the 5. 7-0 Engineers lead. 9:45 to go in the first half. Engineers bring this in tight. Single wide out each side, slot back each side. Cella in the backfield. Marinopoulos looks to the corner. Ackerman, can he get it? Does he have it? Waiting. No, they're going to say incomplete. They will say Ackerman didn't have control of the ball as he went to the ground. Also, when he went to the ground, he kind of hit the sideline almost simultaneously. I think that was going to be a difficult call to get for anybody.
Crowd not happy with it.
Five seconds left on the play clock. 2nd and goal from the 5. RPI snaps the ball. Cella straight ahead. Cella gets cut down around the 3. McCloskey on the tackle there for RPI. Or for Hobart. And that prevents RPI from reaching the end zone. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line. And RPI looks to the sidelines once again.
Yeah, they got to get better in the red zone.
3rd down and goal from the 3. Marinopoulos looks to throw, gets rid of it right before he gets hit, and throws that one away. He had few options at that point, and he ends up throwing it really towards the goalposts. I mean, that was his intended receiver, if anybody was.
Well, he's been sacked twice, and for all practical purposes, that was a sack.
20-yard field goal attempt by Krishnan. This is near the middle of the field. Davies is the holder. Snap, spots down, kick is up. Kick is good. 8:41 to go in the first half. RPI has a 10-0 lead.
Well, the Engineers once again with another sustained drive, but one of those drives they came away with nothing, and another one now they came away with 3 rather than 7. So things had gone the way RPI would have liked them to go. It would be 21-0 right now.
RPI has made it to Hobart's side of the field on every possession. Hobart has yet to cross the 50-yard line. And if you're curious, I believe last year at Hobart, that was the opposite story. I think RPI didn't cross the 50-yard line for most of the first half.
Yeah, RPI got beat 30-0 last year, right?
Yes. And obviously putting 10 on the board is a vast improvement over last year's game.
8:41 to go in the first half. Engineers lead it 10-0.
Low kick, and that hits one of the up men. It's going to have to field it by another up man. 30 and, yeah, maybe the 33, 34. That's about it. Flag on the play afterwards. Somebody for RPI ended up down on the ground. O'Shea knocked somebody down from RPI, and I think this is going against Hobart.
Yeah, Jack O'Shea, the free safety, a junior, was the guy involved.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 2 on the kicking team. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down, Hobart.
Okay, so I saw the end of that. It's actually O'Shea who apparently got hit, and the penalty's going against RPI. So the ball goes out to the 49-yard line for Hobart to start out this possession. Obviously their best field start in terms of a drive today. First and 10 Statesmen at their own 49. They trail 10-0. 3 left, 1 right. And throw, that's complete to the 40-yard line. First time Hobart's going to be in RPI territory and down to the 36 on the reception. So it'll be a first down for the Statesmen. That was Conley on the reception for Hobart. First and 10 for the Statesmen at the 36 of RPI. 8:10 to go here first half. RPI 10, Hobart nothing. Four receivers for Hobart. And they'll fake a handoff. Hoffman's going to take this. Hoffman's to the 30. That's a pickup of 6.
Once again, Hogart on the tackle for the Engineers.
Second and 4 for the Statesmen at the 30-yard line. Hoffman is between his backs right now. 2 receivers to the right. Hoffman looking right, looking over the middle, now looking right again, and well overthrows everybody. That was in the end zone about 5 yards further ahead from King, the intended receiver. Didn't tell you RPI's defense. Amache Conquo, Rohan Cherry Ash, Antonio Ragliano, and Cole Valinati are the line up front. The linebackers are Jack Hoggard, Jack Fallon, and John Sadak. The cornerbacks are Andre, Gizasola and Anthony Gallo, and the safeties are Luke Watanabe and Joey Gutowski. Gutowski with the interception back on Hobart's first drive. Third down and 4 for the Statesmen at the RPI 30-yard lines. 10-0 Hobart trails. This is a direct snap to this is a different player out there. This is Cruson, who throws incomplete over the middle. Cruson, the backup quarterback, was out there. He throws incomplete over the middle on third down, and it'll be 4th and 4 for the Statesmen at the 30.
Good defense once again by the Engineers.
Okay, so the question is, Cruson is in the game. Did Hoffman get hurt when he ran the ball and got hit? Because he got hit kind of up high. He didn't get hit in the head, but he kind of got hit up high and jolted backwards. So right now, Cruson is in the game at QB for Hobart. 4th down and 4, they are going for it, and this will be a first down. Going to the right side, finding a lot of room, and getting down to the 18-yard line is Milliken on the run, and that'll be a first down for Hobart.
Yeah, they had nobody over there to bring him down. Unlike the defense normally plays, they're always there, but nobody was there that time.
Hoffman's back in the game for the Statesmen at QB. 1st and 10 for the Statesmen at the 18 of RPI. 10-0 Statesmen trail. Pass that is complete to the 20, down to the 16-yard line. Cataliato on the reception for the Statesmen.
Sadak, one of the guys on the tackle for the Engineers. John Sadak.
Second and 8 for the Statesmen. Ball on the 16-yard line. 6 to go here, first half. 10-0 RPI leads. Milliken will shift to the left. He's alone in the backfield. 2 receivers each side for the Statesmen. Hoffman's looking into the corner and overthrows his intended receiver. That was Matt Woods, who had to turn around and dive for it, but it was too far away, and it'll be 3rd down for the Statesmen.
.547 to go in the half. You're listening to WRPI 91.5 Troy. RPI 10, Hobart nothing. Hobart driving the ball.
3rd and 8 for the Statesmen at the RPI 16. Hoffman out of the shotgun. Milliken will take the pass in the flat. That's a forward pass to the 20, to the 15. Milliken forced out of bounds around the 12. That makes it 4th and about 3 for the Statesmen.
The coverage seems a lot thinner over on that side of the field.
Hackett is coming out for a field goal attempt. Cruson, the backup quarterback, is the holder. This is a 29-yard attempt from the right hash mark. He's a right-footed kicker. The snap spots down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. We have 5:00. The clock's got to stop, everybody. Clock's got to stop. Clock's got to stop. Clock is still running when it should be stopped. It should have been 5:06 left to go. They finally stopped it now. 10-3 RPI leads over Hobart. Let's see what they fixed the clock to.
We set the game clock to 5:02.
Yeah, they put it at 5:02,
2
and that's
seconds.
wrong. It should be 5:06. So that goes into the books as 5:02 on the field goal.
Engineer offense really needs a sustained drive once again, that they put the ball in the end zone and get 7. They've done everything else on offense today but do that. They got the 1 touchdown and a field goal. They lead it 10-3.
Hackett kicks the ball. Taken at the 5-yard line. 10, 15, 20, And Davies is out around the 25, 27, 29. They'll call it the 29. Davies steps out. RPI takes over there. That's their worst start for a drive today. RPI has crossed the 50 on every possession today, but only 10 points to show for it.
Ackerman's been running some really good routes today. I'd be surprised if Marinopolis goes along to him at some point.
1st and 10 for the Engineers. RPI on the ground. Giacone to the 31. Scaglione, pardon me. To the 31-yard line for RPI. Only a pickup of 2.
Ford once again on the tackle.
Engineers looking at a 2nd and 8 at their own 31. 4:25 to go in the half. 10-3, RPI is on top. 2 receivers each side. Scaglione in the backfield. Marinopolis wants to throw on this down. Marinopolis under pressure, gets pulled down at the 25-yard line. Smith in on the sack for Hobart. That makes it a 3rd and 14 for the RPI Engineers. Two receivers each side again as we hit the 3:40 mark left to go in this first half.
RPI spending I think too much time between plays.
Engineers, 2 seconds, 1 second on the play clock. They get this ball away. Marinopolis throws, and that is caught, and that'll be a 1st down for RPI to McDonald at the 47.
Nice route run by McDonald.
Ball at the 48, they'll call it. 1st and 10, RPI. 3:10 to go, first half. Engineers up 10-3 over Hobart.
Coons on the tackle for the Statesman. I think they'd be much better off running plays quicker.
2 players each side. Scaglione takes the handoff in the backfield. It was receivers each side, and Scaglione is stopped just around the 50-yard line for a gain of 2. RPI has 3 timeouts left as we hit the 2:35 mark of this first half. Ball's on the 50 for a 2nd down and 8.
Adams was on that tackle for Hobart.
Scaglione is the running back. 2 receivers each side. Marinopolis throws to Scaglione to the 45. Scaglione is stopped at the 43. And there's a flag on the play. Is this roughing the passer? Oh, nope, holding. It's going to be holding against RPI.
Number 73 on the offense. 10-yard penalty, replay, 2nd down.
So this will be, instead of 1 yard to go, look at the down back. It was going to be 3rd and 1. It's now going to be 2nd down and about 18. Call it 2nd down and 18 from the 40-yard line. Two minutes to go in the first half. As it's 2nd and 18 at the 40. Scaglione gets the handoff. Left side, found some room. He's out to the 45-yard line as RPI is not interested really in stopping the clock at this point. It's going to be 3rd and 13. If they don't make it out of here, they don't want Hobart with bonus time. RPI, Scaglione was injured, trying to get off the field. There's 1:33 left to go in the half. Scaglione couldn't make it off in time. they going to charge RPI with a timeout here? No. We're just going to call that an injury. They did allow, you did see the umpire move up to prevent RPI from snapping the ball because Hobart had to get a chance to change out people, but Scaglione then fell to the ground injured, so we're back to action here. Clock is running, 1:25 to go in the half. Hobart cross, they'll get back on 3rd and 13. A delayed handoff for RPI doesn't really fool anybody. And for RPI, that was Burnett carrying the ball out to the 46-yard line, and there's 1:18 left to go in the half, and I believe Hobart just took a timeout.
John Delasanti.
Yes.
Delasanti on the tackle for the Statesman.
So Hobart just burned their second timeout of this first half, as there's 1:18 left to go. RPI up 10-3, and Hobart looking to get the ball back late in this first half.
Yeah, the offense hasn't looked good the last couple of series. It just seems like they're just doing everything almost in slow motion. Doesn't seem to be a lot of energy involved here.
Timeout is over with. 4th down. Montreve out to punt. Delasanti back deep. He'll signal a fair catch, and he will take it around the 28 of Hobart. We have 1:11 left to go in the first half. RPI 10, Hobart 3. Hobart with possession.
Yeah, this game has been pretty boring, I think. It's not very exciting. There's no plays. They're just off, tackle runs, and once in a while a pass. But in general, it's just nothing spectacular at all.
71 seconds left for the Statesmen to do something. 1st and 10. Hoffman throws down the middle, and that is incomplete. Looking for Woods around the 35-yard line.
He had 3 defenders with him down there. Wasn't thrown badly. Hobart would like to get on that board before the half.
Statesmen have 1 timeout remaining. 2nd and 10 for them at their own 28. Hoffman fakes the handoff. 3-man rush. Gets away from that. Hoffman rolls out, and he throws, and that's incomplete. And
almost intercepted.
Where was he when he threw that ball?
He came up quite a bit.
Line of scrimmage was the 28, and he was around the 28 when he threw the ball. It's incomplete, but he was close to an illegal forward pass. 3rd down and 10 from the 28-yard line. 57 seconds left in the first half. Hobart, RPI with a 4-man rush this time. Hoffman looking to his left, and doesn't have a man. I thought Cataliato would have a chance to come down with that one, but he got hit as he was falling to the ground, and the ball shook loose. So with 50 seconds left, it's 4th down for Hobart, and the punt team comes out.
Good defensive effort by the Engineers. Last time they were on the field, they gave up 9 points. So far in this half, they've given up 3.
Fourth down, punt is blocked by the Engineers. Ball is loose and covered by, I think that was Calabro who got it right around the 18-yard line. No, it wasn't Calabro. It's Kelly, I think. RPI gets the blocked punt with 44
return.
seconds left in the half.
Unsportsmanlike. Our official ran into player number 70 in the sidelines. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down, RPI.
Okay, so RPI's sideline problems, if you recall 2 weeks ago, they had some issues. They have them again as an official ran into one of the RPI players on the side. And that's going to cost RPI 15 yards.
Number 3, it's hard to determine who that was. I think it was Rory Allen.
You think it was Allen?
I mean, the one who caused the fumble.
You know, okay, so let's set you up. RPI blocked the punt, recovered at the 18, and now back to the 33.
Or Kelly, one or the other.
Right.
There's two threes.
RPI's back at the Hobart 33 with 44 seconds left in the half. First and 10, RPI. Marinopoulos gets rid of the ball before he's about to get hit, and RPI, this should be a first down near the 22-yard line. Smith on the reception for RPI, so that'll be a first down. We have 35 seconds left. The clock stopped while they moved the chains. Timeout RPI.
Now a score here would be big.
Score here would be big. Okay, so a lot's been going on. So let's set you up again. RPI, Hobart, 3 and out. Punt was blocked, recovered by either Kelly or Allen. We're not sure about that. Around the 18-yard line. During that play, RPI hit an official on the sideline, and that's a sideline violation against RPI. That cost RPI 15 yards back to the 33, and now they've moved it up to the 22. With 35 seconds left, it'll be first and 10 RPI. Ironically, we're not sure if Kelly or Allen got the recovery on the punt block, and I was talking to Kevin Beatty, the SID here at RPI earlier today, about the duplicate number situation, and he says, well, it's easy. If on defense or offense, usually the numbers are different, but then he says on special teams, you're never really sure who that person is unless you can physically identify them, and we can't. I'm not sure the difference between Allen and Kelly.
There are 3 number 3s, and one of them's the kicker, so that we know that's not him.
Yeah, that's not him, and so that's why we're in the position of we're not exactly sure who covered that punt.
I don't know why they use multiple numbers so much.
So it's first and 10 at the 22 for RPI. That pass is completed to the 15, and that goes to McDonald, and RPI is going to call another timeout with 27 seconds left. Well, there's over 100 players on the team, so that's why there's duplicate numbers. So Kevin and I talked about that again. He's like, well, can we go to triple digits? Or 05 and 5, 03 and 3, something to visually differentiate the players.
It would be helpful.
You know, because he made the point there is another duplicate roster, a number for RPI, there's a couple. And he made the point that he knows the difference because physically they look different. One is 6'4", the other is 5'10". And so he can look at them and see there's a difference. But for other players where that's not as clear, we just don't know because the numbers are duplicate. You're listening to WRPI Troy. I have to get that in during all this. Kurt Stubb, Bob Conway on the call for you here from the East Campus Stadium in Troy, New York. 27 seconds are left here in the first half. 10-3 RPI leads. Engineers have a 2nd and 3 at the 15-yard line of Hobart.
Engineers, they really do need 6 here.
They need to at least get points here.
Yeah.
You don't want to waste the blocked punt in Hobart's territory and not get points. Marinopoulos looks end zone. Calabro can't get it. He was trying to keep his feet down and reach out for it, but it was physically not possible to get it. And we also have a flag on the play. 22 seconds left in the half.
Holding.
Holding.
Offense, number 62, 10-yard penalty. Replay, second down.
RPI called for holding, and Hobart will, of course, accept that because if you're thinking field goal, this takes 10 yards away. Ball goes back to the 25. RPI gets the down back. It'll be 2nd and 13. 22 seconds left in the half.
I don't think they'll kick a field goal.
So 2nd down now for RPI. 2nd and 13. Marinopoulos Looks end zone, and he's got him in, and that's a touchdown for RPI. Is that Avery? Nope, Smith. Smith on the reception for RPI.
That's 2 big catches for Smith.
Smith on the touchdown reception.
2 big catches for Smith. Smithy got hurt last year, wasn't able to play, so it's nice to see him getting some action and doing well.
Christian for the extra point. That is up and good. So RPI turns the blocked punt into 7 points, and they lead 17-3 with 17 seconds left in the half.
That was a big score. That was a big score. It's a lot different, 10-3 to 17-3. We do once again want to remind you, with 17 seconds to go in the first half, and RPI leading 17-3, that you're listening to WRPI 91.5 Troy. We also want to remind you that tonight the Engineers hockey team faces UConn, University of Connecticut, from Hockey East at 7 o'clock, Houston Fieldhouse. Family weekend here. The sun is out now. It really is a nice day.
They've started in Schenectady. Odd start to that game. 35 seconds in, the score is Union 2, St. Lawrence nothing.
Oh.
So let's assume St. Lawrence got the opening kickoff. It was deep in their own territory, and they gave up a safety. Christian, boots the ball away, and it goes right past Kimbrough. Kimbrough picks it up at the 15, and that's where he's going to be. He picked it up at the 10, got to the 15-yard line. There's 9 seconds left. Okay, yeah, the clock had to stop, so it should have been 10 seconds on the clock. It's now down to 8. Both teams with 1 timeout left. Is Hobart going to try something, or are they just going to take a knee here? Statesmen come out, trailing by 14 with 8 seconds left in the half. Looks like, did they just take a timeout? Discussion over on the side, or the officials having a discussion right now as we're not sure what is going on here. It's Hobart first and 10 at their own 15.
Please set the game clock to 10 seconds.
Okay, they're
10
going to
seconds,
fix the
please.
clock. That's good. Somebody from the Hobart sideline noticed that they had let 2 seconds go off. Ten seconds left. Hobart, they'll run a play. Hoffman wants to throw along the sidelines, and it is caught down to the RPI 43 approximately. Cagliato got it to the 43. Yep, they're going to put it at the 43 with 4 seconds left to go. Nope, they're going to call a timeout now. The clock stopped because the chains had to move. Hobart will call their final timeout. So they'll get one play from the 43-yard line of RPI, barring a defensive penalty, to do something to end this first half. 17-3, RPI leads Hobart with 4 seconds left in half number 1.
RPI defense has played well the entire game. I hated to see them give that one up. So little time to go in the half.
Hobart with what we expect to be one final play here. Trying to get something. RPI will have the ball to start out half number 2. Engineers drop most. We got 5 guys back deep, 2 guys medium, 3 guys medium, and a 3-man rush here for RPI. Receivers are all stacked, all on the right. Hoffman's going to throw to the right. This is up for grabs around the 5, and it'll hit the ground, and that will do it for the first half here in Troy. An incomplete pass finishes out the first half, and it's RPI 17, Hobart 3 after 30 minutes.
Interesting first half. The Engineers seem to be able to sustain many drives in the half. They were successful on 2 touchdowns, but they were unsuccessful at least twice down there in the red zone, not scoring. So this could be a bigger lead than it is, but I think the defense has played very, very well, and Hobart has got only 3 points, so they continue on defense to
And that will do it for us here for half number 1 in Troy. We will take a break. We'll have the remainder of the interview Bob did with RPI engineer head coach Ralph Weiser.
Troy.
After I came home from the war, I lost everything. My job, my family. But this place, this is where I started to put my life back together.
A few weeks ago, my husband of 47 years had a stroke. I'm staying here in this room while he recovers. Without this
RPI 43 plays for 270 yards. Another interesting one, time of possession. Hobart 7 minutes, 44 seconds. RPI 22 minutes, 16 seconds. Third down conversions, RPI was 5 of 10. And Hobart was 0 of 6. Fourth down conversions, 1 of 1 for Hobart, 1 of 2 for RPI. Red zone score chances, 1 of 1 for Hobart, 3 of 4 for RPI. Marinopolis is 10 for 16. That's 162 yards, 1 TD, and a long of 40. He was sacked twice. And then Ackerman, 1 for 1. That opening play of the game, the ball was thrown to him, and then he threw to Connor Davies. That went 46 yards.
First and 10 RPI at the Hobart 49-yard line. 9 seconds into the second half. RPI 17, Hobart 3. On first down, Cella takes it straight up the middle, 45 to the 40. That's a first down for Cella, and Cella gets to the 33 of Hobart.
Nice run by Cella. Offensive line once again. Great job. Number 9, John Delasanto on the tackle. Delasanto.
First and 10, hang on for RPI, and that's going to go incomplete. Marinopolis looking for Calabro near the end zone.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that after them looking over to the bench every play first half. To have a quick one in a row. Delasanti had 6 tackles in the first half, so that was his first and second half.
Second and 10 RPI at the Hobart 33-yard line. Single receivers each side, slot back each side. Now Law goes into the backfield from the slot position. He's going to stay in the block. Marinopolis looking through the end zone, and that'll be pass interference. Ackerman was getting mugged near the goal line, and the flag came out, I think, even before the ball got there. And it'll be pass interference against Hobart.
Well, as I said earlier, I thought that Marinopolis would go to Ackerman long at some point soon, and he did. But he was just banged on both sides.
Interference. Defense. Number 15. 15-yard penalty from previous spot. Automatic first down.
Ball goes to the 18-yard line for RPI. Just a reminder, WRPI is on the World Wide Web. Point your browser to WRPI.org. And you can pick up our broadcast 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If we're sending something out over the ether of the air, we'll provide it for you on that feed. That's WRPI.org. First and 10 RPI at the Hobart 18. Engineers lead by 14, 35 seconds into the second half. Cella is in the backfield. Marinopolis out of the shotgun. Got a tight end on the left side. One receiver. Ackerman's alone on the left. Hobart crossed the line. Flag comes out. Free play for RPI. Looking for Ackerman, and he's got it in the end zone. And that's a touchdown. They'll decline the penalty. RPI leads 23-3.
I knew he was going to get one to Ackerman. Ackerman was running routes all day today. Beautiful routes. He was wide open all day.
That penalty is declined. Touchdown.
That's the way to come out first series of the second half. They already are ahead 17-3, and they pick up 6, going to 23-3 with the extra point attempt coming up.
Kirsten on the try, the extra point. Snap, spots down, the kick is up. It's good. 40 seconds into the second half, RPI strikes, and they have a 24-3 lead on Hobart.
That was that picked things up in my mind. The first half was really slow. What word did you use, Kurt? Because it was accurate.
Lackadaisical, I think.
Yeah, it was kind of lackadaisical. And that series.
No, lackluster.
Lackluster.
Lackluster is the word I used.
And it. it just showed some real hustle and everybody's really alert and ready to go on that first series, and it paid off.
RPI has scored really 57 seconds of play time. They scored with 17 seconds to go in the first half to get a touchdown, and then 40 seconds into this. So 57 seconds of play time, 2 touchdowns to make a 7-point lead into a 21-point lead. Christian's kickoff goes in and out of the end zone, and that'll be a touchback to the 25-yard line for the Statesmen. Slight wind with Christian on that kick.
Well, the sun's going in now, but it's still a nice day. There's a few clouds blocking the sun, but it's a beautiful fall day. Great day for football.
1st and 10 at the 25 for the Statesmen. They trail by 21, need some points. There's a shovel pass, and the Statesmen will go off to the left side. That's the 30-yard line. Cataliato is out at the 30 for a gain of 5. Make it 6. Out of town, the other 2 games started at 1. I thought the Ithaca-Rochester game would start at noon. It is actually a 1 o'clock start. That is 14-3 Ithaca. Start of the second quarter, and Union has a 15-0 lead against St. Lawrence late in the first quarter. So those games will not finish before this one does. Hobart's going to get a first down on the run. Milliken takes it off the left side, makes it out to the 41-yard line. Flag comes in late.
Very late.
Very late from, is that the back judge? Looks like it's a personal foul against somebody.
Base mat, 76 defense, 15 yards from the end of the run, automatic first down.
Face mask against RPI, and that'll put the ball to the RPI 44-yard line. So Hobart gets a first down and some bonus yards.
Yeah, that was on Rohan, Cherry, and Ash, the face mask.
Hobart on RPI side of the field, only the 2nd time today. Third time. They got the field goal when the half ended, and now this time. So this is the 3rd drive that's crossed the 50-yard line for the Statesmen. Pass in the flat, that is complete to Kimbrough, and he gets hit, and he's stopped after a gain of 1.
John Sadak on the tackle for the Engineers. Sadak had 3 tackles in the first half. Hoggart 4, Gallo 2, and Tragney 2.
2nd down and 9, ball at the 43 for the Statesmen. They're going to go on the ground this time. Milliken tries to go to the right, and he's just going to get pushed back. No, that's not Milliken. That is Kimbrough. Kimbrough gets pushed back after he picks up 2 to the 41.
Valinati on the tackle. There was actually 3 guys there, but Valinati was the first one there. Did the real damage.
3rd and 7 for Hobart. Single receivers each side. They got a man in the slot on the left. Kimbrough is in the backfield. Hoffman throws. That is complete, and that will not be a first down. Conley gets the reception, and he's forced out at the 36, and it's 4th and 2 for Hobart. Hobart down by 21 in the 3rd quarter. They are keeping the offense out there. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Kimbrough in the backfield. Kimbrough takes the carry. Can he turn the corner? And he may not have made it. He may not have made it. He didn't make the 34, and that's where the marker is on the far side. He did not make it. They'll call RPI first down, and Hobart turns it over on downs.
Once again, the defense comes through. Coach Dittman and his staff have done a great job with that defensive pack. They're really tough.
He actually didn't get as good a spot as I thought he should have. I thought he should have been another half yard ahead because they put the ball just about on the 35-yard line. First and 10 RPI at their own 35. 11:19 to go here. Third quarter. Another option play, a pass in the flat, and that is broken up. RPI broke up the interception attempt by Prince. Okay, that was a pass to Davies in the flat. It was a lateral. Davies threw downfield, and RPI had to break it up and prevent Prince from getting an interception. And we also have a flag on the play back around where the ball was almost caught.
Yeah, Jason Prince almost picked it off.
Face mask. On the offense, number 15, 15-yard penalty, replay, first down.
Boy, RPI is getting penalties. I didn't mention that the number of penalties in the first half. Let's see. RPI had 6 penalties for 65 yards. This one was for 15. I think they had another one this half already too.
Yeah, it was on defense. I didn't catch actually the call. It's a 15-yard penalty against RPI. They're back at the 20-yard line for first down and 25. And the run by Cella gets back to the 29. So they picked up 9 yards on that one to make it a 2nd and 16.
Here we go with the slow down offense again.
10:40 to go here in the third quarter. 2nd and 16 for RPI at their own 29-yard line. Marinopolis, and they lost the ball. Marinopolis and Cello on the handoff. I don't know if it was a fake handoff that went wrong or the handoff was for real and went wrong, because it looked to me like Marinopolis was dropping back to throw, and they just lost the ball, and Cello covers it at the 25.
Boy, lucky he covers that.
We have an injured Hobart player, so we'll have a timeout on the field. 10:18 to go here, third quarter, 24-3, RPI leads. So again, it looked to me from the body language of Marinopolis that he was thinking to go back and throw, and the handoff was a fake. But maybe when they were pretending to hand off, the ball got caught someplace and came loose. That was Smith, who was injured for Hobart. He made his way to the sidelines under his own power.
3rd and long. Very long.
Third down. Cella takes the handoff. Cella over the 30-yard line and makes it only out to the 33. And that'll be 4th down, and RPI has sending the punt squad out there.
Emmett Ford on the tackle. RPI needs a good punt here.
Giacobbe is back at the 35, his own 35, waiting Montrieve's punt. Kick's booted away. Good kick.
Yes, very
Giacobbe
good.
signals fair catch, and he's got it back at the 21. That was a good kick. 9:18 to go here, quarter number 3. RPI 24 and Hobart 3.
If we take a look down the road a little bit, next week the Engineers will travel to Rochester, face Rochester, and then the following week they come back here to ECAV, and we'll play St. Lawrence. And the following week we'll be at home again, and that's the Dutchman's Shoes game against Union College.
1st and 10 Hobart, down by 21 at their own 21-yard line. Hoffman hands off to Milliken. Going to the right and pushed out of bounds at the 20. That's not the way they want to go.
I don't even know if they got one.
No, they lost yards.
Yeah, they did.
Well, yard. I shouldn't call it plural when it's one.
Yeah.
Hobart with only 86 total offense in yards of total offense in that first half. It is difficult to win games like that. Second down and 10. Pass complete to the 20, 25, and 30. This will be a first down at around the 33-yard line. Giacobbe on the reception gets a first down for Hobart.
Number 97, Josh Cohen on the tackle for RPI. Cohen, another freshman. Number of freshmen are getting time this year.
First and 10 Hobart at the 33-yard line. 3 receivers to the left. Pass in the flat, that's complete. 30, 35, to the 40, and out of bounds near the marker. Cataliato, actually farther than the marker, 45-yard line. That'll be a first down for Hobart at the 45.
Cataliato was their top receiver in the first half. It was 4 for 47 yards and a long of 42.
First and 10 for the Statesmen at their own 45. 7:40 to go. Third quarter. RPI 24, Hobart 3. First down. Milliken can't find anything up the middle. Now he goes to the left. He's got some room to the 50, to the 45. Milliken forced out around the RPI 40. And that'll be another Hobart first down.
Yeah, they changed the play in the backfield. Everybody was on the other side of the field. He reversed field, picked up a first down.
First and 10 for the Statesmen at the 39-yard line. That's the RPI 39. 7 minutes to go, third quarter. RPI 24, Hobart 3. Hoffman throws, finds Milliken in the flat left side, and Milliken is down at the 35.
This past series, they've been going to that left side a lot, successfully. In fact, there wasn't hardly anybody around when that pass was caught. Just one guy there.
Second down and 6 at the 35-yard line. Fake the handoff to Milliken in the flat. That's complete. 30, 25. Flag comes out. Play ended around the 21-yard line. Cataliato on the reception. There's 2 flags, actually. It may be the same play. Oh, no. They just tossed the flag ahead. Flag was back at the 34. And it looks like Hobart's backing up on this one.
Number
Yeah,
6
holding
on the
against
offense.
Hobart.
10-yard penalty, replay, second down.
Ball goes back to the RPI 45. It's certainly not been a penalty-free game today.
Not at all. You know, like I said earlier, RPI was 6 penalties for 65 yards, and Hobart 1 penalty for 6 yards.
Hand off to Milliken on 2nd and long, and Milliken can't find much room after he gets 3 yards. Can't find any room after he gets 3 yards. And it'll be a 3rd and 13 for the Statesman. Hobart has not established a deep passing game today. Most of the passes have been short in the flat. Nothing really, not much downfield for the Statesman.
And RPI has 2 starting defensive backs missing, injured. Egan and Stefanski.
5 wide receiver formation for Hobart. 4 of them to the left. They'll go right. That's a completion to the 30-yard line. That'll be a first down for Hobart. Giacobbe gets it to the 32. No, the 27, pardon me, the 27. And Hobart will have a first down.
First down for Hobart. At the RPI 27-yard line.
4:50 to go here. Quarter number 3. RPI 24, Hobart 3. First and 10 for the Statesman at the 27-yard line of RPI. 3 receiver formation this time. Milliken backfield. They fake a handoff to him. Hoffman's going to throw, and that is intercepted by the Engineers. Picked off at the 3-yard line. Watanabe, I think. Yes, Watanabe on the interception for RPI.
It definitely was Watanabe.
So after we spoke about Hobart not going deep downfield, they try it, and the pass is picked off at the 3. Second interception today that Hobart has thrown. RPI, of course, picked off. And RPI has it at their own 3-yard line. First and 10 there. 24-3, RPI leads with 4:26 to go in what has been a fast-moving third quarter. RPI goes on the ground on first down, and if they're lucky, they got back to the line of scrimmage on that. They may not have. That was Cella on the carry. They lost a yard there. 2nd down and 11 for RPI. I think that's Burnett in the backfield now. Burnett makes it out to the about 8-yard line. At least gets RPI some breathing room and makes it a more manageable 3rd and 5.
Well, he ended up further than the 8, but I guess maybe his knee went down early. So he was up around the 10. Yeah, that's 8-yard line.
And there's an injured Hobart player, so we will have a timeout. 3:29 to go here, third quarter. RPI 24, Hobart 3.
And with 3:29 to go in the third quarter, RPI leads 24-3. And we want to remind you that you're listening to Rensselaer football on WRPI 91.5 in Troy.
Out of town, 8:23 to go second quarter. It is Union 15, St. Lawrence nothing. And with 7:34 to go in the second quarter is Ithaca 14, Rochester 3.
Also tonight at 7, RPI hockey team will face off against University of Connecticut from Hockey East. 7 o'clock. This is here, and a lot of other activities on campus tonight. Family weekend.
3rd down and 5, RPI from their own 8-yard line. And the handoff is not going to get them anything. It's going to lose them yards. Burnett gets tackled back at the 3, which is where RPI started out this series. So I'm going to guess the punting team is out there with instructions. Hey, if something goes wrong, run out of the end zone.
That'll get hurt. Getting up slowly anyway. He's jogging now, so I guess he's okay.
Montrese is out there for RPI. I think that's Giacobbe at around his 40-yard line. This is a little bit shorter. There's only really 12 yards to play with here because Moncrief can't be outside the end zone. And he has to remember, if something goes wrong, just get the ball out of the end zone and take the 2. Delay of game against RPI. Counting players. There's 11 Hobart players out there. There's a discussion right now. The play clock went down. No, they're going to reset this. There may have been a clock mistake. So there appears to be no penalty. 25-second clock starts, and RPI 4th down and 10 at their own 3. Moncrief is in the back of the end zone to punt. Gets rid of the ball. Good kick.
Wow, good kick.
Good kick. He's going to get a bounce on this, and Giacobbe is wisely going to run away from this, and it'll be back at the Hobart 41-yard line. That turned out about as well as you can expect in that situation.
Really did.
And there's a flag back at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, brother, here we go.
RPI leading 24-3 here, third quarter. This has not been a pretty game.
No, these guys are flag happy today. It's
Well,
everything's called.
waiting to see what this is. If you're RPI, unless this gives you a first down, I don't think you take it. I think that you're not going to get a better kick. I mean, if it was against Hobart, RPI should not kick it, but this might be against RPI, and Hobart may decide make them kick it again.
Face mask, number 2 on the kicking team. Half the distance, replay, 4th down.
All right, so a face mask against RPI. The yardage takes them from the 3 to the 1.5, but really they're going to have to kick again. And
number 2 on the kicking team? Well, that could be either one of 2 people. Darnell Clement or Vinny McDonald. One's a D-back, one's a wide receiver.
I would think it would be McDonald.
I think so, too.
All right, RPI trying this again. Moncrief gets a worse kickoff. Giacobbe takes at the 45-yard line on the RPI side of the field to the 40, to the 35, and Giacobbe is down at the 33, and another flag comes in afterwards. So we'll see where this one is. 2:18, we know this is true. 2:18 to go in the third quarter, and RPI leads 24-6. Where the ball is going to be, it's to be determined.
They've been throwing flags on almost every play.
During the return, block in the back, number 7 on the return team. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down, Hobart.
All right, so this is a block in the back against Hobart. 10 yards from the spot, and that will back them up to the 48 of RPI.
Moves the ball back to the RPI 48-yard line. First and 10 for the Statesman.
2:18 to go, 24-6, RPI leads. 2:18 to go, third quarter. You are listening to WRPI Troy with Engineer Football from the East Campus Stadium. Cursed up Bob Conway in the call for you today. Hobart, they need points. Hobart looking downfield, throw, that is complete, and it's going to be to the, 45, 40, 35. The mob keeps moving forward, and it'll be at the 35-yard line. That's going to be a first down for Hobart. You don't see a lot of the whole pile moves on ahead, but that's what happened that time. Perlino on the reception for Hobart, and that's a first and 10 Hobart at the 35. Also, the scoreboard's wrong. It has Hobart at 6. It's really 24-3. First and 10 at the 35 for the Statesman. Milliken tries to run right. No corner to turn there. Can't find the corner. Sadak stopped him.
Yeah, John Sadak on the tackle once again.
Lost back to the 37-yard line.
He's had a couple already in the second half. As I said earlier, he had 3 in the first half.
I think people in the field have just noticed that the scoreboard is wrong. 2nd and 12 for Hobart at the RPI 35-yard line. Minute to go here, third quarter. Statesman. Fake the handoff. That is Cusin in there at QB for the Dutch, or the Statesman, pardon me, and that's a touchdown to Conley. As he was in single coverage, he gets the ball. It's a touchdown for the Dutchman, and they've pulled it up. It's now 24-9 in RPI's favor.
He beat his man. I think it was Gallo.
Hackett on the try, the extra point. Snaps, pots down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. 51 seconds remaining in quarter number 3 here in Troy, and it's RPI 24 and Hobart 10.
Well, all I can say is, right now, it's just been a barrage of penalties. Almost every play. It's crazy. Really slows down the game and really makes it, Kurt says, lackluster. Nothing drags it down more than that. And this isn't game 1. You know, this is game 6.
Hackett to kick off. Davies and Allen are back deep. This kick is going to Allen at about the 8-yard line. 10, 15, into the middle of the field. Allen runs to the far side of the field. 20, 25, and Allen is pushed out at the 29-yard line of Hobart. And now we've got a kerfuffle over on the other side of the field. They'll break that up, and RPI will make their way back to this side of the field. So RPI has it as the third quarter is winding down, 24-10. First and 10 for RPI at their own 29. Engineers up by 14 as the third quarter is winding down. Burnett takes the carry on first down, and he is stopped at the 32.
Well, their running game in the second half has been horrible. I mean, they're getting thrown for loss after loss. That time they picked up, I don't know, 2?
3. Out to the 32. Does RPI have to run this play? No, RPI does not have to run this play in the third quarter, so they'll head over to the sidelines as the quarter winds down. Fourth quarter will start shortly with RPI up by 14 over Hobart.
That's the end of the third quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter.
Out of town, it's still 15-0, Union over St. Lawrence. That is late in the second quarter.
Well, this third quarter started off very good. RPI's offense really looked very sharp on the first series. And ever since then, it's been, can't say anything but not good. It just hasn't looked good at all.
at 4 p.m. today, right here.
Still 14-3 Ithaca over Rochester. We haven't really updated or gotten an update on that score since the last time I gave it to you. RPI left to right, Hobart right to left across your radio dial as we start out quarter number 4 here in Troy. 24-10, RPI leads, 15 minutes on the board. RPI with a 2nd and 7 at the 32 on their own side of the field. Marinopoulos throws to Law at the 35. Law tries to make a move, doesn't work at the 38, and he stopped there. That's 2 yards short of a first down. No, 1 yard short of a first down.
Gains to the 38-yard line. Third down and 1.
RPI with a 3rd and 1. Two receivers to the right, one to the left, man in the slot to the left, and they cross and touch. Was that RPI that moved, or did Hobart cross and end the play?
Offsides. 99.
It'll be offsides against Hobart. That'll be a first down for RPI.
First down.
Ball goes to the 43 of RPI as the Engineers get a first down. 14-16 to go here, 4th quarter. RPI 24, Hobart 10. Ball at the 43-yard line. 2 receivers each side for RPI. Looks like Burnett stays in the backfield. Play action. Marinopoulos throwing long into coverage, and that is intercepted by Hobart. Kuntz picks it off at the 15-yard line. First turnover of the day for RPI. That was deep into heavy coverage, and do we have a flag? Yeah, we have a flag in the backfield. Personal foul against RPI. That'll be declined, and Hobart has the ball at their own 15-yard line on the INT.
Threw the ball right directly to that defender. With no RPI guy there.
Two interceptions thrown by Hobart, now 1 thrown by RPI. 24-10, RPI leads with 13:50 to go in the 4th quarter. False start against Hobart. A lot of movement before the play, and then they threw a flag. RPI didn't cross the line of scrimmage. So they'll mark off 5 against Hobart. It's back to the 10-yard line for a 1st and 15 for the Statesmen.
Puts the ball back to the 10-yard line. First down and 15.
First down for the Statesmen. Oh, I thought they moved early. Cruson throws. That is complete in the flat to the 10, to the 15, and to the 16-yard line. That's Kimbrough on the reception for Hobart, maybe to the 17-yard line. It'll set up a 2nd and about 8. Statesmen go over to the sideline as RPI has an injured player, so he'll be helped off the field. That was Calabro. No, that's not Calabro. That's the defense. That's Conquo making his way off the field. Statesman with a 2nd and 8 at the 17-yard line. Clock's running, 13:20 to go here, fourth quarter. RPI up by 14. Hobart in the flat. That is complete. 15, 20, 25, close to a first down for Kimbrough. Just a little bit short. He's at the 24-yard line. It'll be a third down and 1.
Watanabe on the tackle.
Third and 1, Hobart. RPI moving people up to the line. This is a keeper, and that should be a first down. Cruson now gets pushed around afterwards, and that's a stupid penalty to take. RPI is going to get flagged now for 15 yards on a personal foul because the whistle had blown, and then the defender threw Cruson. And if you heard, they're yelling at the sideline for the RPI team to get away from where the action is.
Ball. Personal foul. Defense 98. 15-yard penalty. First down, Hobart.
So Rogliano takes a personal foul for zero good reason. The play was over, and he threw Cruson afterwards.
Penalties are just killing.
Well,
killing. That's stupid things to do.
That was a very stupid penalty to take. Ball's at the 41-yard line for Hobart. First and 10 for the Statesmen. 12 and a half to go here in quarter number 4. And everybody moves ahead of time, and the center's still standing there with the ball. Everybody started to play, and the center still has the ball. So that's a false start against Hobart.
False start.
Can you believe
Offense,
this?
number 70, 5-yard penalty.
This is a sloppy game.
Oh,
this is
that's being kind.
This is a very sloppy game out there. There's 2 penalties that are being taken, 2 styles of penalties today. There's the sloppy, like we just saw, and then right before that was the stupid kind. So it's first and 15 now for the Statesmen. Back at their own 36-yard line. Trailing by 14. Cruson looks downfield, doesn't see anything, and a flag comes out again. I don't think this is a shock at this point. Cruson gets to the 40-yard line. He's tackled there by Hobart.
It's a block in the back or a hold.
Holding.
Holding against
Offense,
Hobart.
Number 55, 10-yard penalty. Second down.
I want to see the penalty totals after this game.
Correction on the down. It is first down.
I believe prior to that penalty, Hobart was 6 for 51. RPI was 10 for 106 in terms of penalties. Hobart first and 25 at the 26-yard line. Cruson to throw, and he dishes it off short. That's a completion to the 25. That actually loses them a yard. Milliken got the reception. So it's now second down and 26. That was first and 25. This is second and 26.
Giasola was there. One of the guys there on the tackle.
Yeah, now it's 7 for 56 for Hobart. 10 for 106 for RPI in terms of penalties. Second down and 26 at the 25-yard line. 11 minutes to go here. Fourth quarter, 24-10, RPI leads. Cruson puts this one up in the air. He's got a man at the 45. That's complete. Immediately tackled, though, and it's a lot of yards, but still only a third down at this point. I think that was Woods who got that, and he's injured on the sideline. He took the hit, went down, and has not gotten up. He's kind of crawled to the sideline, but he hasn't gotten up. So we'll have an official timeout while he's being looked at. 10:43 to go here, fourth quarter. RPI 24, Hobart 10.
We once again want to remind you you're listening to Rensselaer Football on WRPI 91.5 Troy. Engineers lead at 24-10. We have 10:43 to go in the ball game. We also want to remind you tonight at 7 o'clock, the Engineer hockey team faces off against University of Connecticut from Hockey East. Then there are a number of other activities tonight for this family weekend. I know the 4 a cappella groups at RPI are having a concert tonight, so there's a lot of things going on.
Third and 6 at the 45-yard line for Hobart. Milliken comes out of the backfield in the motion. Cruson gets away from one man, runs for it. Cruson will have a first down, and he gets hit at the 43. And that'll be a first down for Hobart on RPI side of the field. Engineers had a chance to get him in the backfield. They did not.
It would have been a huge loss. He just ran right by him. Quarterback just ducked a little bit and ran right by him.
First and 10 for Hobart at the RPI 43. 24-10, RPI leads. They fake the handoff to Milliken. Cruson on the run again. He gets hit to 33. And that was almost the identical place and hit that Hoffman took when he went out of the game in the first half at one point. Hoffman came back, and then Cruson's now in there for Hobart.
Hobart's pecking away at this lead.
First and 10 for the Statesmen at the 32 of RPI. 24-10, RPI leads, 9:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Cruson gives to Milliken. Milliken gets stopped after a short gain. He only got 1 to the 31. And there's a flag? Oh, no, never mind. I misheard the PA announcer. My bad. Second down and 9 for the Statesmen at the RPI 31. 4 receivers left, 1 right. Cruson alone in the backfield. Cruson's looking left. Only a 3-man rush. Throws, and that is knocked down. Woods was the intended receiver at about the 23 and didn't make the completion. I'm not really sure if it got knocked down or if he just didn't handle it. I didn't see it clearly the first time, and I couldn't tell from the replay.
I think it resulted from the hit. I don't think he was able to hold on to it after he got hit.
Third down and 9, ball at the 31 of RPI. Hobart trailing by 14. Cruson looks to throw and dishes it off to Milliken in the flat. Milliken 35. Milliken slides out of bounds short of the 30. He got back to the line of scrimmage. That was about it. So it's fourth down for Hobart at the RPI 31, and the offense is staying out there. Hoffman's coming back into the game.
RPI's been giving up too many pass completions in this half. They're due to pick one off.
Under 8 to go in the fourth quarter. Hoffman back at quarterback.
Gotta get
Receivers to the right. Hoffman, it's a 4-man rush. He's got plenty of time. Looking end zone, wide open, and that's a touchdown. He finds Conley in the end zone. There's also a flag on the play back at the 40. What is this? Holding against Hobart.
Offense, number
and this is coming back.
10-yard penalty. Replay, fourth down.
Well, that's the exact same play they scored the last touchdown on in the opposite end zone.
Yeah,
same thing.
Yeah, they found Conley, but this time a holding call is going to cost Hobart dearly. The touchdown comes off the board. And it'll be a 4th and 19 back at the 41.
Well, RPI's lucky because they just
Yeah.
did not play good defense.
Yeah, I'm going to say that, yes. The RPI is lucky on that play. Fourth and 19 at the 41. Hoffman, the QB, trying to recreate the magic. A couple of pump fakes, now throws the ball, looking sideline, and RPI just knocks it away. And the Engineers take it over on downs at their own 41.
Wow, that was a frustrating series. What did you say, Kurt? We're almost 160 yards of penalties so far? Oh, more than that now. I just set up a holding call on that play.
Looking at the live stats,
171.
182 yards of total penalties in today's game.
182.
182. 24-10, RPI leads. 7:35 to go here, fourth quarter. 1st and 10, Engineers at their own 41. RPI keeps it on the ground. This will be a loss of 2 yards. That was Cella.
They have been running up the middle successfully this whole quarter, or much of this half, except the first drive. The first drive was great.
RPI wasting clock now. They have a 2-score lead against Hobart. The clock is their enemy.
But that doesn't mean you shouldn't have some offense.
I'm not arguing that.
No, just running the balls in a jammed, packed middle where we're getting stuck up.
RPI on 2nd down.
Same thing.
Cella goes up the middle for nothing as more time comes off the clock. When RPI, last time they were at home, they defeated Buffalo State. They burned off the last 8+ minutes on one drive and didn't score in that game.
Well, I guess that's what they're doing now because they took 2 shots up the middle for nothing.
In that game, they were getting 3-4 yards a run. Now they're getting -2 yards a run. So it's not the same effect. RPI up by 14, 6:10 to go in the fourth quarter. As they come to the line, they've got 4 seconds left on the play clock for a 3rd and 12. RPI tries to run right, now up the field, and that is Davies stopped at the 46. And Hobart will be taking a timeout. That is their first timeout of the second half.
Timeout, Hobart. That's their first timeout of the half.
At the half, over in Schenectady, Union 22, St. Lawrence nothing. And we still have no further update from the Ithaca game, except that it's 14-3 at some point in the second quarter, but they are almost certainly past that.
So Ithaca, Rochester, Union, St. Lawrence, RPI, and Hobart are the teams playing today, right?
Everybody's playing today. If the scores hold up, RPI will remain the only undefeated team in the Liberty League. St. Lawrence and Hobart would take their first losses, which means if you like the phrase, which I don't, RPI controls their own destiny. And if RPI were to win the next 2 weeks, that would clinch them a tiebreaker, at least a share of the title and a tiebreaker in the title, because they would have defeated anybody who could tie them. And the remaining game against Union would be against a team that cannot tie them. But RPI has to finish this one first. Moncrief punts the ball away. Good kick. Giacobbe at the 10-yard line decides to run this one, and he's not getting anywhere. He's going to lose a couple. He got it around the 10. Well, they're going to give him the 10. There's 5:49 to go in the game. That's the reason why, in that situation, you figure give it a shot. Maybe you can get your team some extra yards. If he took a fair catch, he'd be basically where he was, so it doesn't matter all that much. Again, 5:49 to go here in quarter number 4. Hobart 1st and 10 at their own 10.
I think Samuels was the first guy there on that tackle. It was a nice coverage.
Hoffman at quarterback for the Statesman. Hoffman throws on first down. That is complete out to the 22 for Bilisanti. And that'll be a first down for the Statesman.
$5:39 to go in the ball game. RPI 24, Hobart 10.
First and 10. And this is a pass in the flat. That's complete, and this will get them out to about the 24. I think that's Kimbrough. Oh, no, Milliken on the reception. Somebody for RPI lost their helmet. They have to come off the field.
You must leave for one play. Set the play clock to 40
That's
seconds.
Sadak.
Yeah, he's the one that had the tackle. He made the tackle.
So Sadak has to exit for one play. Gain of 2 on that for Hobart. It'll be 2nd and 8. Hobart single receivers each side, and that's a forward pass. That's a shovel pass that goes to Cataliato, and he is out at the 26.
To the 26-yard line. Third down and 6.
Clock starts up again. 5 to go here in quarter number 4. RPI 24, Hobart 10. Ball is 3rd down and 6 at the Hobart 26-yard line. Hobart with 2 timeouts left. They need 2 touchdowns. And this will be handoff. Milliken comes over to the near side. Milliken to the 30. He will have a first down as Milliken gets up to the 34-ish. He'll be just a little bit short of the 35. So that'll be a first down for the Statesman. Clock running, 4:35 to go. Hobart's problem right now, they have never established a long passing game in today's. They've had a couple of long passes, including a 25-yard touchdown pass, but other than that, not much down the field, and they need to get down the field quickly. Hoffman on first down throws. That is complete and brought out of bounds around the 39. That was Giacobbe. Nope, pardon me, 43. Out at the 43 is Giacobbe. RPI.
They're running quick plays now.
Finishing up their substitutions. Pass, that is complete, and that'll be to the 50-yard line for Woods. And that'll stop the clock as they move the chains. Under 4 minutes to go here, 4th quarter. RPI up by 14. Hobart, 1st and 10 at the 50. 3 receiver set. You've got Woods in the slot on the left. Throw, complete to Woods to the 45, and he's out at the 42.
They're letting them move the ball right up the field, giving them that short pass. There's plenty of time left to go in this game, folks.
2nd and 1 at the 41 for Hobart. 3:40 to go, 4th quarter.
They got to dump this quarterback.
Low. Hoffman picks the pass up off the ground and throws. Is that complete at the 29? Did he get it? Yes. Yes, caught at the 29-yard line by Conley. He went right to the ground when he caught it, so he was down.
I see no defense on the passes at all. They're open. They just wait for the ball to get there.
3:20 to go. 1st and 10, Hobart at the RPI 29-yard line. Hobart trails by 14. Hoffman, he's going to throw, and that is caught near the 10-yard line by Woods.
I'm telling you.
They'll have him down at the 11, and that'll be another first down for Hobart with 3:12 to go. Clock starts again. 3:05 to go. 1st and 10 at the 11 for the Statesman.
They got to pick one off.
Milliken shifts to the right of Hoffman, the quarterback. Looking in the corner, and that's Conley, and again, touchdown to Conley. That's his 3rd reception, TD reception today, and Hobart pulls to within 1 touchdown.
That effort on that series by the defense was not what they normally do. That was awful. They just didn't defend at all on the passing plays. Just about everyone was caught.
Hackett to try the extra point. Snap, spots down. The kick is up. Is it good? Yes, it's good. We have 2:51 left to play here in Troy. RPI 24, Hobart 17.
Well, the offense has got to get serious out there now. Put the ball in the end zone. Wouldn't mind running the middle for a yard at a time. To kill the clock. We're going to kill the game if it keeps up.
There's 2:51 left. That drive took Hobart about 3 minutes. A little under 3 minutes on that drive. RPI is going to get the ball back. They need to get yards, and they need to get those timeouts off the board. Hobart still has 2 left.
.251 to go. RPI 24, Hobart 17.
RPI came into this half with 270 total yards of offense. They now have 350. That's 80 in this half. Hobart came in with 86 yards of offense. They now have 370. That's 286 yards of offense in the second half for Hobart, if my math is correct. Hobart onside kick. RPI bats it, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be RPI's ball. That is a smart play.
It was a smart
That was
play.
a smart play because that bounced up right as it went to where RPI was standing, and trying to grab that may not work, but batting it out of bounds gives RPI the ball at the 40-yard line. This is the 40-yard line on Hobart's side of the field. I didn't catch who batted it.
It was hard to see. There were
a lot of players there.
Yeah.
There were a lot of players there. I could not tell which one batted it out of bounds.
Yeah, they were all looking for that ball.
Now they're going to discuss this. Where should the ball be placed? Flag comes out.
We had an illegal bat on the play. The receivers batted the ball forward, which is illegal. We'll go back to the spot of the bat, 15 yards. First down, RPI.
Okay, so
It's illegal.
You can bat the ball, but there's times when you can't bat the ball, and in that case, you're batting the ball to put it out of bounds. RPI maintains possession of the ball, so it's from the spot of the bat back to the 39. So they won't have it at the 40 of Hobart; they'll have it back at the 39. Now, that's still a smart play, because if you don't get possession, if you feel you can't get possession of the ball, you need to somehow get it in another way, which is what they did.
Yep.
They just got it further back, but they made sure Hobart didn't get it.
They got to move the ball here, otherwise they're going to get lousy field position.
So RPI first and 10 at their own 39. And for RPI, this is a direct snap to Davies, and Davies slides at the 42, around the 40. Okay, so Davies was in the quarterback position.
Timeout.
And Hobart's taking a timeout.
Oh, Hobart, that's their second timeout.
So Davies was the quarterback on that play. If you want to call it a direct snap to whatever, well, technically he is the quarterback on that play. So he got to the 45 and slid feet first because he's protected as a quarterback. .231 to go here in Troy. RPI 24, Hobart 17. RPI has the ball at their own 45 for what will be a 2nd and 4 once play gets underway again. They're late in the second quarter in Ithaca. It's 14-3 in Ithaca's favor. There's about 13 seconds left in that quarter over Rochester. I'm kind of surprised the game is that close.
Rochester has played some close games this year. In fact, they won one.
Yes, they do have a win, but last week Hobart just
They
demolished them. Okay, so 2:31 on the clock. 2nd and 4 for RPI. Marinopolis is back in at quarterback. Nope, that's Davies, pardon me. That's Davies. Davies takes it again, starts running with it. 45, Davies has got some room to the 50. Davies dives ahead, and he's got a first down at the Hobart 45. And Hobart will take their final timeout with 2:20 to go.
Nice play. Good call. Good call by Coach I or whoever
Hobart,
called it.
that is their 3rd and final timeout.
So RPI did the first thing they needed to do here. They got yards and a first down, and they took the 2 timeouts off the board.
It did.
All right, so Hobart has no more timeouts left if they get the ball back. Now if you're RPI, keep the ball on the ground.
Please set the game clock to 2 minutes, 22 seconds.
They're going to reset the game clock to 2:22. So there'll be 2:22 left, but no timeouts for Hobart. So RPI, keep the ball on the ground, and you know what? This Davies thing is working.
Yeah, it did.
They've gone to the half now. Ithaca 14, Rochester 3. And the half over in Schenectady, it was Union 22, St. Lawrence nothing. Here it's 24-17 in RPI's favor with 2:22 to go.
I just hope they don't start running in the middle again.
Davies is out there. He is the quarterback right now for RPI, if you want to call it that. Cella is in the backfield with him, but I suspect Cella is more a decoy and or block. Cella is going to be the block for him as Davies goes left. Davies finds some room to the 40, to the 35. Davies is clear. Davies has got one man to beat to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Davies is in for the touchdown.
What a play. Oh, what an effort by Davies. Unbelievable. Wow, that was some effort by Davies and the offensive line. Let's give credit where it's due. And RPI coaches, my hat's off to you. I'll tell you that.
45-yard run by Davies puts RPI back up by 2 TDs. And Davies stays out to hold. He's getting congratulated out there because he's the holder on this kick. He holds for Christian's kick. So it's not often you see that. The guy who makes a big run for the touchdown stays on the field. Injured Hobart player on the far side, so we've got a brief stoppage on the field here. He is being helped off. 30-17, RPI leads with 2:10 to go. Christian on for the PAT. Davies to hold. Snap, spots down, kicks up, kick is perfect. 31-17, RPI leads with 2:10 to go.
That was probably one of the best series I saw, given the circumstances this year. You know, taking Marinopolis out and running and using your best runner, or your 2 best runners in the backfield, and Davies just he did his thing.
It changes everything for Hobart when that happens, because you're playing almost 58 minutes of a game with Marinopolis and a certain offense, and then Davies is coming in to run the ball, And he's also a very different runner from the other RPI quarterbacks.
Yes, he is.
He's a different runner. And then Cella becomes a blocking back. Cella goes from your number one running back to a blocking back.
And a good one. He did a good job.
Krishnan boots the ball away. Taken by Hobart inside the 5 to the 15 to the 20, and that's all. That's as far as Kimbrough is going to make it. They'll put him at the 21-yard line. Hobart, 0 timeouts left, down by 14, 2:03 to go.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that play calling. That was great play calling. And the effort on everybody's part. The blocking was terrific, and Davies' runs were spectacular.
I think that's Hoffman at quarterback. Yep, he's in there. 1st and 10 for Hobart. Pass incomplete. It was in the hands of Woods around the 25, and then he got right as he caught it, he got hit and lost it, so it's an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 for Hobart.
He was hammered. He hit pretty hard.
Second and 10, Hobart at their own 21. And there's 1:57 left to go in this game. They need 2 touchdowns with no timeouts. Throw, that is complete out to the 45 to the 47. That'll be a first down. Kadliatu has it out there.
First down at the Hobart 42-yard line.
Clock stop for the movement of the chains. Starts up again. 1st and 10, Hobart at the Hobart 42. Statesman, they're going to dish this one off, and that's incomplete. Hoffman was under pressure by, that was Conquo.
Yeah, Conquo.
Conquo had him under pressure, had to get rid of it. It goes incomplete, and now Conquo is hurt, and so the clock will stop.
He may have turned an ankle on that or something.
There's 1:39 left to go in today's game. RPI 31, Hobart 17. Overcast here in Troy. We haven't had any bad weather. Wind is blowing in Hobart's favor, but they're not kicking. They need 2 TDs. Hobart coming into the game 4-2. Losses to Brockport, arguably the best team in the East. Badly lost to Brockport first game of the season, but again, Brockport best team in the East, I would say.
I never saw Hobart lose that badly. All the years I've watched them.
And then a loss to Endicott, which was a much closer score. For Hobart, that was a 56-7 loss to Brockport. They lost to Endicott 27-24. Wins against Morrisville State, Shenandoah, Union by 1. And then I mentioned a couple of times Rochester last week, where it was a 52-7. Real hurt against Rochester last week.
Okay, Conquo's walking off, but you can tell he's got a little hurt there. I think he turned an ankle.
1:39 to go. 2nd and 10 for Hobart at the 42 of the Statesman. Hoffman wants to throw. Hoffman's going sidelines, finds Milliken, who is out of bounds immediately at the 29 of RPI.
I don't know what's happened to the pass defense. It was always good, but this last 2 series.
Well, if you're RPI, you want to hold on here and then look at the film about that. RPI up by 14, 1:29 to go in the game. Hobart, no timeouts left. Statesman 1st and 10 at the RPI 29.
We need to rush this quarterback.
And we get a whistle. RPI is taking a timeout.
Timeout, RPI. That's their first timeout of the second half.
1:29 to go in the ball game. RPI leads it 31-17. And we once again remind you that you're listening to Rensselaer football on WRPI 91.5 Troy.
The other games in the Liberty League have moved to the third quarter. There's 9:32 in the third quarter in Schenectady. Union still leading St. Lawrence 22-0. And 9 seconds into the third quarter in Ithaca, it's still Ithaca 14 and Rochester 3.
Next week, Engineers head to Rochester. There's three games left before the possibility of any playoffs. That would be Rochester away, followed by St. Lawrence home, followed by Union home.
1st and 10, Hobart at the RPI 29. Off into throw. Goes sideline, and that is caught at the 15 and out around the 11. Yeah, they'll put him out at the 11.
They're not letting him. Nobody's rushing him.
Cagliato on the reception for Hobart. 1:22 left to go in the game. Ball at the 11.
Well, this kid knows how to use the clock, I'll tell you that.
Right now he's using the sidelines because at this point the sideline stops the clock.
I know.
I never really liked that rule, that it changes during the course of the game.
I know. We should be picking one of these off. They're all.
1st and 10 from the 11. Looking end zone, and that is complete. Woods has it in the end zone, 11-yard completion, and that pulls Hobart to within 1 TD with 1:18 to go.
And here we go with another onside kick. Oh, boy.
Hackett on to try the extra point.
Yeah, the last 2 series, Hobart has passed their way to 2 touchdowns.
Important. If Hobart wants to kick here, they don't want to be forced to go for 2 if they miss this. They need this. Snap the spot. The kick is up. It's good. 1:18 to go. Your score is RPI 31, Hobart 24.
The score, RPI 31, Hobart 24.
Okay.
Hobart has scored on 3 of the last 4 possessions, all touchdowns. And we will have another onside kick.
Yep. You know that's coming.
RPI's got the hands team out there. You can see Calabro, Ackerman, Smith. You got a bunch of wide receivers out there. Davies, who's playing. Davies runs back kicks. He was technically the quarterback for a while, and now he's on the hands team for an onside kick.
And he's a holder.
And he's a holder, yes. Here's Hobart's onside kick, and it is grabbed by RPI, and it's taken at the 45-yard line. Pat Eder out there grabs it at the 45. 1:17 to go, and Hobart cannot stop the clock.
Good effort. Who got it? Eder?
Yes.
I thought so.
There's 78 seconds left on the clock. All that RPI has to do is take a couple of knees. RPI goes into the victory formation. First down. That's a knee. Play clock has started. They'll have to do this one more time. Big game here. RPI in the driver's seat with a victory today. If they win their next 2, they clinch an NCAA playoff berth.
Yes. And the league.
at least co-championship of the league, but the NCAA berth would come with wins over Rochester and St. Lawrence. Snap the ball again, and that's it on second down. RPI doesn't have to do anything after this. It was tight in the end. RPI, 2 onside kicks go RPI's way. Hobart, a far, far stronger second half than first half. If we look at the total yards, there's 449 total yards for Hobart in today's game. So if you do 449 and you subtract 86, 363 total yards of offense for Hobart in the second half. That is something RPI is going to have to look at on film.
Yes.
This was a 31-24 victory. It's final here in Troy, but if you're RPI, you're going to have to ask yourself what happened in the second half that made this game this close when Hobart was really being, held down in the first half.
Well, one thing for sure is, for some reason, the pass defense just was absent. And I think they started that clock killing too early on offense with those 3 plunges into the middle of the line on.
We're winding it up here in Troy, so we're going to send it back to the station soon, as RPI has been victorious over the Hobart Statesmen, 31-24. I'm going to run you down the scoring in today's game, as Bob will then decide who his offensive and defensive engineers of the game are. For RPI, they took the lead and actually took the lead to stay. At no point in this game did RPI trail. This reminds me of the Buffalo State game, except a little bit different in the terms of how it went. Buffalo State game was RPI's all the way, and this one came down to the wire. In the first quarter, Nick Cella with a 2-yard run with 4:40 to go in that first quarter made it 7-0 RPI with the Christian kick. RPI then increased their lead to 10-0 in the second quarter, 8:41 left to go in the first half. Christian with a 20-yard field goal made it 10-0. Hobart got their first points of the game with 5:02 to go in the first half. Hackett with a 29-yard field goal made it 10-3 in RPI's favor. And then RPI late in that first half with 17 seconds to go, Smith with a 25-yard pass from Marinopoulos. Christian's kick made it 17-3 in RPI's favor. That would be the score at the half. In the third quarter, with 14:20 to go in the third quarter, and this was on the first possession for RPI in the second half, it was Marinopoulos to Ackerman on an 18-yard pass. Christian's kick made it 24-3 in RPI's favor. With 51 seconds left in the third quarter, Cruson to Conley for a 37-yard touchdown pass. Hackett's kick closed the gap. It was RPI 24 and Hobart 10. That was the score after 3 quarters. In the fourth quarter, Hoffman to Conley with an 11-yard pass with 2:51 to go in the game. And Hackett's kick made it a 7-point game. RPI 24, Hobart 17. Davies with a 45-yard run, coming in and playing quarterback essentially on the last drive there, or the second to last drive. The last drive was when RPI took the knees, but the second to last drive for RPI with 2:10 to go in the game, scored a 45-yard touchdown run. Christian's kick made it 31-17 RPI. Those were important points because with 1:18 left, it was Hoffman to Woods on an 11-yard pass. And the